Hello and welcome to Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Well, I hope this will be Thursday's edition. I really do. This is IcyFruit. This is one of IcyFruit's new puzzles. I've noticed IcyFruit is back setting again. So there's even another puzzle IcyFruit has released that's more recent than this one. This is called Lighthouses. And apparently it's brutally hard. 5 stars out of 5 difficulty. Fog of War. And a weird rule. I have the feeling this is based on a logic problem that I might have seen years and years ago that might even be called Lighthouses, but I can't remember for the life of me whether I really have seen a puzzle like that, and B, whether there is any logic that I'm supposed to have stored away in my brain that will help me to solve the puzzle. So I suspect I'm going to be coming to this as anyone completely new to it will be, with with little banked up in terms of my my brain's past experience. I hope I'll be able to solve it, but we shall see. IcyFruit, in my opinion, is probably the most terrifying constructor setting in the world of Sudoku. And certainly one of the most brilliant. So I'll read you the rules. Oh, and actually I have to thank John. John, thank you very much. John, who was one of those who's recommended this puzzle to us, has changed the rules. Not changed them, but clarified the rules. I think apparently on Logic Masters Germany there were some questions about exactly how the rules work. And so John says that his version makes it clear. And that's what our testers agree with. So this is what I'm going to have a go at. And yeah, I'll read the rules in a moment or two's time. What else can I tell you about before we do? I've got one birthday to do today. I will mention over on Patreon, we're releasing the solution videos for October's competition, which has now closed. The Skunkworks incredible 68 puzzle pack that so many of you managed to solve the whole of. I think we had more than 2,000 solves of the first puzzle, and well over 1,000 solves of all 68 puzzles. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. Anyway, if you did get stuck, there are some solution videos over on Patreon right now, as well as lots of other bonus content that we put over there from time to time. The other thing I'll mention is we are really close now to this. It's not this coming Sunday, the Sunday after, as part of the Stratford upon Avon Literary Festival. We're going to be doing a live episode of Cracking the Cryptic and hopefully getting to meet some of you. We did it last year. We had an absolute blast, and yeah, there are still some tickets available. Not many, but there are some. So if you would like to join us, do grab one, and we'll see you a week on Sunday. Now, anything else? There probably is, but I can't remember what it is. So let's do the birthday. Elizabeth, you turned 28 today over there in Canada, and I know this because your boyfriend James wrote to us and claimed, I don't know how true this is, that claimed that not only you enjoy the channel, but also your 2 cats, Theo and Lewis, and your dog Lila also watch. I'm not sure that can be true, but anyway, Elizabeth, I'm delighted to hear that you've enjoyed sort of variant Sudoku so much that you're taking small excursions into Nurikabi and Star Battle as well. Good on you. Those puzzles are absolutely phenomenal. And Elizabeth, I hope you have an exceptionally well-iced chocolate cake for your birthday today. That's all the news. Let's have a look at Lighthouses by IcyFruit, and I will read you the rules of the puzzle. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. The grid is partly covered in fog. Placing correct digits make clear fog, revealing other clues. No guessing is required. So this sounds like dynamic fog of war, in the sense that if we got that cell, it might clear the fog. I'm not even sure. It doesn't seem to say whether it will clear the fog even from this cell, but it might clear the fog from there. You just don't know. But IcyFruit will have designed the puzzle so that there will be a path through it that's logical. That's why we don't need to guess. Unless we get very stuck. No, I wouldn't. I would never do that. I would just abandon the video. A digit in a square, so that's one of these, presumably, indicates the total number of digits smaller than itself that it sees in all the 4 cardinal directions, north, east, south and west, along its row and column. In each direction it sees all digits, all is capitalized, all digits smaller than itself, until vision is blocked by a digit greater than itself or the edge of the grid. For clarity, it does not see itself. Okay, I mean, let's just think about that. So I'll put a 6 in the middle of the grid. Imagine this is in a square. Right, so I think what that's saying is, I can't put it in a square because I don't think my graphics will allow me. I'll put it in a circle. The reason I haven't put it in as a big digit is in case the middle digit of the puzzle is a 6, because then it might reveal fog in a way that we're not intended to know. So what I think you do is you look north, and let's say that was a 5. Oh, I nearly put a big digit in there, and that was a 4, but that was a 7. Then I think the 6 sees those two, because they are definitely smaller than it, and it hasn't, once it sees the 7, even if this was a 1, this isn't seen because the 7 has blocked its view. So it's a bit like skyscrapers, but I don't think it's the same, because skyscrapers would imply the 4 wasn't seen because the 5 would be bigger than it. But in this puzzle, I don't think that's how it works. I think you just look at this digit, and anything that is lower than 6 counts until you get to a bigger digit. So if this was an 8 and this was a 2, that one would count. If that was, let's make that 9, nothing would count to the south. And this is meant to be a 6, so there should be 3 seen cells that way, and then we'll say that's an 8. So this could be, I don't want to mess up the Sudoku, but let's say that. Oh, I put 2 8s in. I didn't mean to. Let's make that a 7. Okay, if I've messed up the Sudoku, I didn't mean to, but I think that is how the rule works. So hopefully that's given everybody the right idea, and me the right idea. Now, if a black dot separates 2 digits, then one of those digits is double the other. Okay, so if this was a 4, again checking I'm not putting in a big digit, then this could be 8 because 8 is double 4, or it could be 2 because 4 is double 2. And they are all the rules. That's it. So it's basically just this funny Lighthouses rule. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I mean, the great thing about Fog of War, and this is definitely not the case with most of IcyFruit's puzzles, is that I only have to really look at these 5 cells. In the normal IcyFruit, it can be absolutely baffling because you get to see more, and that can lead to more thoughts flying around. Right, so I need to understand how this works, don't I? So, I mean, I feel like that must be the key to the puzzle, because that I only have to worry about 2 directions. Yeah, okay. I mean, I haven't got anything good, but I don't think. How could you ever put a 1 in one of these? You couldn't. You couldn't. There's a weird thing actually that's already in my head with this rule, which I sort of got from doing the example there, where we suddenly had to make the balance up in that direction, didn't we? So just think about whether I'm going to put 1 as a big digit in there. It cannot be right, because this cell would definitely be bigger than 1, and this cell would definitely be bigger than 1. So this should be at least a 2 if it is a 1, and that's a paradox. And that must be the case. So 1 is definitely, the thing is, I mean, that's not very helpful. But 1 is in one of 6 places in box 1. Yeah, and it's going to be the same. Well, in fact, 9 is an impossible digit, isn't it, to put in a square as well. Any square, and it doesn't, not just the corner square, because 9 will be the greatest digit in its column. And it will be the greatest. So imagine that was a 9. I don't think it can be. If this is a 9, all of those are definitely smaller than it. All of those are definitely smaller than it. So the clue should be a 16. 8 cells there and 8 cells there. And it's not. It's a 9. So 9 never goes in these. Which, so 9 can't go on a black dot. Because of the stipulation that one of the digits is double the other. 9, well, half of 9 is 4.5. That won't work. And double 9 is 18. And that won't work even more. Right. Okay. So what does that mean? Is 8 a problem? If you put, let's make that an 8, and I'm not putting it in case it's right. If I put 8 there, what are we then saying? We are saying that the only thing that can block the vision of an 8 is a 9. So the 9 would have to be, so say that was a 9. And that wasn't a 9, then the 8 would see 4 cells there, and it would need to see 4 more here. So this cell would be a 9, and this cell would be a 9. No, I don't actually so 8, that's really weird. So 1 and 9 are very restricted. But 8 not so much, and 2? Is 2 the same? So 2 is saying I've got to see. That's interesting. You can't put 2 there, I don't think. Because 2 is saying I'm going to see, before I get to a bigger digit in the 4 directions, I'm going to see 2 lower digits. Well, the only lower digit than 2 is 1. So I'd have to see a 1 in 2 different directions. So, yeah, that's weird. So that couldn't be a 2, but that could be a 2. Because if that's a 2, that could be a 1, and that could be a 1. And those ones wouldn't clash from a Sudoku perspective. Which is a strange. That is a weird thing. So 2 is more, I think 2 is more restricted than 8. And then 3, well, 3, okay, can that one be 3? If that one's 3, it has to see 1s and 2s. So it couldn't, obviously if that was a 3, it can't be seeing those 3 digits, because there aren't 3 digits in the puzzle lower than 3. No. Here's something a bit different. Oh, hang on. Yeah, this is very interesting. No jokes. No jokes. I know I'm not interesting. I can't help it. Right. Oh, I've got a digit. Yeah. Okay, I've got an important principle to share with you. This is my important principle. In fact, let's look at this digit, because I think it's going to be easier to show it. Whatever this digit is, let's just make it 6. Here's the question, and it's a very simple question. Is it possible that this 6 gets its entire coterie of lower digits from its own row. Well, how would it do that? That would imply that these 6 digits were all lower than 6. There are not 6 digits lower than 6. If this was 7, there are still not 7 digits lower than 7. You could only get 1 minus the number so it doesn't matter whether the 6 is here. The point is, the lower digits that exist in this row are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are only 5 of them. And that means that we must go in. There must be a vertical component of lesserness. That's almost certainly misgrammatically expressed. So what that's telling me is that these 3 digits here must be lower than their counterparts here, because these have no northern component. They can't get a northern digit that's lower than them, so they must have a lower digit, at least one lower digit, in these cells. And 9 is not a lower digit. So if any of these were 9, it will break the clue. Let's say that one was 9. It won't be, so I'm going to make it a big digit. And let's say that one was 6. I don't know whether that's true, so I'm not going to make it a big digit. So how would this work? This 6, again, it needs to get all 6 from its row. It can't do it. So it's just broken. So these are not 9. This is 9. And that has cleared fog. Right. So we know, by our logic that we've just discovered, we know this is not a 9. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, okay. Here's what I was probably meant to do at the start. Let's look at this cell. Now, that cell, whatever it is, it must have a horizontal component of lesserness, or fewerness, maybe, and a north-south component of fewerness. So this digit is definitely bigger than this one, and it's definitely bigger than this one. How can I possibly show that? I'm getting flashbacks to that Mixo puzzle. You know, I sort of want to do this type thing. Like make little thermos. But yeah, but that's really weird. Because of course then you can apply that same logic to this cell. What I mean by that is, again, imagine that's a 6. This is lower than 6. This is lower than 6. But now this one has the same conundrum that this one was faced with. This one isn't in the corner of the puzzle, but it effectively is for its lighthouse rule, because it's getting no westerly component. This digit is definitely smaller than this one. So it must have an easterly component. So these are in a thermometer relationship. I will actually put that in. That is a... Oh no, in fact, look, it's better than that. That is a thermometer relationship. Because this one, again, it has the same property. It cannot get a westerly component, so it must get an easterly component. Sorry, now I don't know what to do actually. So okay, is this some sort of iterative trick? Like, I mean, I can see now none of these can be 8, because of course these would be lower than, now 9's gone. 8 is the sort of king digit in the box, so if any of these were 8, they would break the cell above them. Yeah, so 8 can go on the black dot though. So I think 8's got one of 3 positions in the box. But if 8 was on the black dot, then 7 would be the king digit That's really interesting. If 8 is on the black dot, then it would partner with a 4. And then the question we should ask is, where's 7 in the box? Because 7 can't go here, because these would be lower, and that would break the rule. So 7 would have to go on the thermo, but because it couldn't go here, because this couldn't be 8 or 9. So if 8 is on the black dot, 7 is in the corner. And if 7's in the corner, nobody puts 7 in the corner. If we put 7 in the corner, then this is lower than 7. So these 6 digits would all be lower than 7. So 7 in the corner. These would be 8 and 9. I don't know. Is that possible? I can't put 9 in the square. So the square would be an 8. That doesn't work. I mean, that is so hang on, so what? Yeah, this is an incredible puzzle. It's just beautiful, the logic here. It's weird though. It is weird. I don't think that can be a 7. I'm not sure I'm going to go further than that, which I think means I think it has to be an 8. If this was 4, 8, the problem I'm seeing with this being a 7 is how does it get to its count? It's got to see 7 lower digits. It must have a vertical component, so this is a lower digit. Those are the other 6 lower digits, which means this digit is higher than 7 to stop the view. It can't be 9. So it is 8. But then how does this 8 get its coterie? Because 8 is a big old digit. It must have a vertical component. And its horizontal component, it's going to see all of those cells, because all of these are 7. These are the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it sees all those. It doesn't see the 9. So it has to see one digit, which is there below it, and then that digit has to stop its view, and it would be another 9. So that cell, hidden in the fog there, is an important cell. Well, it is in this iteration. So I don't think this can work. I think 8 is a problem in box 1. You've got to put it in the corner because it can't go on the black dot. And that didn't do anything. Oh, that is distressing. Oh. Oh no. I mean, it doesn't mean it's wrong. Although it might be. Okay, but then I'm going to now run that logic again then. I know this 8 sees this cell, and then it must see 7 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so where's the 9 in row 1? That's a good question. It must be there. It's the only place. Ah, there we go. Right. So now we earn a little bit more. We earn a little bit more. I'm not sure I'd go much further than that. We've earned, okay, there's a 9 in one of those by Sudoku. And oh, this is weird. I mean, what are you meant to look at here? I don't think, I mean, I'm probably going to say something stupid here, but I don't think the thermo is very powerful. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Oh, well, okay. I mean, there's a tiny point there. That can't be a 3, actually. That is a truism. Because if that was a 3, well, firstly, this would be a 2 by our thermometer logic. But remember, these two cells have to be lower than these two cells. So we'd run out of low digits if this is a 3. We go 3, 2, and then we could put 1 in one of those, but the other digit wouldn't be available at all. So that is more than 3. So it's at least 4. So it's 4, 5, 6, or 7. Now, well, I mean, there's a funny reason that that's not a 4. But that's, I mean, this is nothing to, well, it's a bit to do with trickery, but it's more to do with the black dot, actually. If you make this a 4, then again, I think by our logic, we are saying those 3 digits, if that's a 4, those 3 digits are all lower than it. So they are 1s, 2s, and 3s, and now I can't make my black dot work at all. If the lowest digit I can put on the black dot is 5, 5, 10 is not a valid pair. So that's not 4 either. Now what about 5? If this is 5, these digits are from 1, 2, 3, and 4. That one can't be 1. So if that's, oh, we couldn't do 4, 8 on the back dot either. So if that is 5, we couldn't use 2 low digits here, could we? Because if this is 5, let's just put this in. If this is 5, these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can't be a 1, 2 pair. We'd have too many low digits. It can't be a 2, 4 pair. So it would be a 3, 6 pair. These would be 1, 2, and 4. That would be a 7. That's fine, isn't it? Oh, is that? Hang on. That's a better question, isn't it? Where's 7? That is a much better. No, it's not. It's not a better question at all. 7 is restricted though. It can't go on the black dot. It can't go up. It can't go here on the thermo. It can't go in these 2 cells because it needs to be lower than the digits above it. So 7's got 2 places, unfortunately. So can that be 7? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, this is so weird. You have to pick exactly the right cell and ask exactly the right question about it. If that's a 7, it doesn't work. And it doesn't work for the weirdest reason, which is this cell's impossible. If that's a 7, I think all those 6 are seen, because they are the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the count is on 6. So we must have a vertical component. That's going to be that cell. And then this cell has to be blocking the vision, which means it needs to be bigger than 7. It can't be. So that can't be 7. And this is 7, I think. Well, it is, but it didn't clear any fog. Okay, but now Sudoku. That can't be a 7 on my fictitious thermo. So 7 is in one of those cells. Can't go on the black dot, obviously. 7's got the same problem as 9. 3.5 and 14 are not valid. So 7 is in one of 2 places here. Now, what does that mean? Can it be there? Don't know. What does it mean if it's there? Then it sees, then that digit would be stopping it. So this would need to be 8. So if that's 7, that is 8. But if that's 7, oh, that's lovely. Oh my goodness. It's brilliant. Right, how could that be 7? This might have been available for ages, actually. I just haven't thought about it this way. But that can't be 7, because this digit's impossible to fill. It would have no horizontal component. If this is a 7, I'll make it 7, it's not a 7. What do we put in here? And it doesn't matter what it is. It would have to get all of its... everything it would see would be below it. And we've already said that's impossible. There aren't enough digits that will be lower than this digit, whatever this digit is. So that is not 7. This is 7. And that means that's 8, because it must stop vision. It's going to see the 6 in a row, get that one, and that's got to be an 8 to stop it. This is so brilliant. Now, one of these is an 8. So now... okay, I don't know now. What did we say about that digit? There was a restriction on it, wasn't there? 1, 2. I worked out it wasn't 3, and I worked out it wasn't 4. So that digit is 5 or 6. There's going to be some reason it can't be one of those. Do we know what this black dot is here? It's not 4, 8. So it's either 1, 2, 2, 4 or 3, 6. I mean, it's so strange, this. I mean, because again, what on earth are you meant to look at here? Am I... oh no, I do understand. Oh no, I don't. No, I don't. No, ignore me. No, I do. I do understand. It's the same question again, but it's slightly different again. Right, if that's 6, we know it will see the 5 cells that we're left to place in row 1. So it would need to see 1 cell beneath it, that's fine, and this would have to block its vision. And it can't block its vision, so that's 5. I mean, you've all been shouting at me about that, but I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't see it as quickly as I should. So now 6. Well, now 6 can't be on this thermo, so 6 is very close to having to be on this black dot. I mean, 6, I think, has to be in one of those 3 cells. This has to be lower than 5, doesn't it? So that is 1. Well, this is interesting, because this must be 2, 3 or 4, and that must be lower than that. Yes, that's the point. That's the point. Where's 6 in box 1? This is so brilliant. This is a brilliant puzzle. It's incredibly original. So that is now really small. Well, no, I suppose it could be 4, actually. And that has to be lower than it. So that's 1, 2, or 3. So 6 is still... I mean, I think it's going to be on the black dot, but... why? Why is it on the black dot? I mean, if that's a 2, that is double 1. Ah, no, that could still be 3, 6. If I don't know, if that's 4, what are we saying then? We don't know, I don't think. If that's 4, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing this. Okay, let's go back to the 5. Can we do the 5? If the 5 is... well, the 5 is, it does exist. It's going to have a horizontal component that's going to depend on where we put the 6. So maybe a good question is, can you put the 6 here? Now, if you do that, those are all definitely seen, and this would be a 6. Because it would need to block the vision of the 5, which is why we couldn't put 6 there in the first place. Oh, no, I see. Oh, well, no, that can't be a 4, I don't think, then. No, I think that was 2 nested if statements. I think if this is a 6, then that can't be a 4. That's true, I think. Because I think you can't block both of these off. Is that the point? Do you need to block? If that's a 4. Oh, this is doing my head in. Sorry, I can't see it. I think there's something going on with... If this is a 4... Oh, here's a small point. This might be more easier. That black dot is not a 2-4 pair anymore, is it? Because that would break that cell. So this is either... It's not 4-8, it's not 2-4, so it's either 3-6 or 1-2. Does that clarify anything for us? I don't know. So if this is one, okay, so if this is a 1-2 pair, that is a 4. And that then it would be core 8. Ah, that's it. Right. That's allowed me to see it. That's helped me. Right. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Oh, all I'm going to say is that this is 3-6. Because if it was 1-2, this would be 3 and this would be 4. And then I want to think about how this 4 gets its count. It's going to get 1, 2, 3 here, and this 1, 2, so it's finished. It needs to stop now. And the only way it stops is if this cell is a 6. But now the 5 must be broken. Because the 5 is going to see whatever this is beneath it. It's going to see a 3 here, so it's definitely got a count of 2 vertically at least. And it's going to see all of those. Because remember, this is a 1-2 pair, so this is too big. So this is not a 1-2 pair. It makes the counts. You can't make these counts correct. That is 3-6. This is not 3. So 3 and 6 are now in these cells. This digit is 1, 2, or 4, I'm going to claim. Yeah, this might not... There's obviously something else, isn't there? Because we've not got another digit from that. So now... So now the 6 here is going to block the vision. So the 5's count. 2. Yeah, that's better. Right. How does the 5 get to 5? And the answer is it can't get to 5 ever if this is a 6. Let me just pop 6 in there in the corner. If this is a 6, this is seen by the 5. These 2 are seen by the 5. We could see this one if it's a 3, so we get to a count of 4, but this 6 would be there if we're not having a 6 here, so we never get to the correct count. So that's 3. Didn't cliff up, but maybe this will. No. Oh. Okay. Ah, but now... Yeah, now it's the same question. Now we iterate to this cell. Can this cell be a 4 anymore? The 6 is definitely blocking the view, so it's going to see this one, and it can see one of these two, but 6 is definitely bigger than 4, so it can only see one of them maximum, so that can't be a 4. That's a 2, and that's going to put double 1 in there. It's going to make this a 4. And this a 4. Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay, I mean, that was quite mean of the puzzle to make us get all of that to actually get another thingy down here. I haven't... we don't know, do we? We don't know, I don't think. I was wondering whether I could... It depends which order this 3-6 is in. we might know that for some reason I don't understand. Like, is this... No, the 7 shouldn't be affected by the order of the 3, 6. No, I don't know. All right, let's try this one then. That's what we've been revealed. It can't be a massive digit. It sees 9, 7, and 8. So it's either 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. We know it's not 1 because you can't put 1 in a square. I don't think that can be a 2, because again, it would have to see 2 1s in order to be a real thing, and it couldn't see 2 1s in these 3 cells. So 3, 4, 5, or 6. Which is probably in some way... I don't know what that means at all. So this digit has to be lower than it, because it must have an eastward component, mustn't it? So that digit is restricted. That's only 1 or 2. I mean, it has to be lower than this. So in theory, it could have been 3, 4, or 5, but it can't be because of the column. So that is a very low digit. Yeah, that's good. That is good, because now I can go back to my 5 here. That 5 is definitely got a 2 component to the east of it. So if this was low, the 5 count would be too big. It would see these 2 and those 4. That's too much. So that's got to block the vision of the 5. So it's at least a 6. And now the 5 must see this digit, mustn't it? Because it's only getting 2 to the south. So that's given us the order of these 2. Pregnant pause, and it did clear fog, cleared loads of fog. Let's just have a look at that again. So it's revealed 3 squares and a black dot. It's like a totally new puzzle now, isn't it? You can't... I mean... It's like, I've taught you the basics. Now, sort that out. I mean, that looks horrendous. I just think squares in the middle of the grid are going to be horrible, aren't they? Because they're going to have... You know, when they're on the edge, you can rule out one of the directions to have to worry about the count. Like, we know that digit is definitely bigger than this digit. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do that. So this digit is... Oh, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. I've put 2 into this one. That might have been a sensible thing to do, because that could be double. Ah, no, it can't. No, I can't put 2 there, because I would need to put double 1 around it. But if I did make this a 2, this would be a 1, and that cell would break. Good grief. Right, so this digit is lower. It's the same as this one. This is a 1 or a 2. There's a 1, 2 pair in column thingy. And now surely we look at the black dot, don't we? If we think about the nature of a black dot, we need a low digit on any black dot relationship in Sudoku, because we're doubling a digit. So that low digit is going to have to be on this side of it. So that's got to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh no, it's easier than that. Look at the column. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 placed. So the only black dot digits remaining are 6 and 8. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. So this digit is 3 or 4 only, which must mean something for this. Oh, I know what it does. Look, 1 and 2 are a pair in box 7. Out of nowhere. So these digits, that is a 3, 4, 5, or 6, and 5 and 6 have to be in this triple, because this is only able to be 3 or 4. So this digit is not a 6. I'm just shying away from those. I don't know what. I don't even really want to think about them. No, what I was about to say I already knew. Oh, I don't know. I mean, how on earth are you meant to know what these are? Okay, that one can't be 3, I think. Oh, in fact, it definitely can't be 3 for a very simple reason. It would be flanked to the north and the south by bigger digits, and we know that's an impossibility because of the principles we've established. Now, so whatever that is, I don't know. Okay, can that be 3? Isn't that the same sort of problem? If this is 3, it sees 1, 2, and it would need to see this cell, which would be a lower digit than a 3, but no such digit would be available. So now I've got this down a bit further. These are from 4, 5, and 6. And I still haven't given any consideration to these, and I'm quite proud of myself about that. I know I'm going to have to, but now, how do we do this then? If that is a 4, oh, that's quite interesting. From this one's perspective, all of those are always seen, and that one is always seen. Because even if that's a 4, that would make this a 3, so it's definitely seen. And if it's a 5, then it would see these, wouldn't it? And do we know what that is or not? I don't know. I don't even have a very good feel for whether I think it's bigger or smaller than whatever that is. I don't know. I'm not sure. How could that be 4? Is that impossible? This would clearly be bigger than it. So this would have to be lower than it. So this would be 4, 3, and that digit would be bigger than it, and it wouldn't be correct. So there we go. That's another. I mean, you have to sort of worry away at these things to force them to yield their secrets, don't you? So now, actually, how could that be 6 now? That doesn't look right. I think that one's difficult if that's a 6. If that's a 6, this is a 5. So these are a 3, 4 pair, because in order to get to 6, this has to be lower than 6. It can't be 5, it can't be 1 or 2. So this would be a 3, 4, that would be a 3, 4. But then this one has got an almighty problem. It can't exist. Yeah, I mean, it's quite complicated, but if that is 6, or it snaffles all of the low digits in the box. Let me try and... I don't know how to do this. So we have to... well, it's not 6, actually. I think so I can make it 6, and it won't be wrong. But I don't know that this isn't 5. I don't... Well, yeah, we're going to have to do it visually because I don't want to reveal anything I'm not entitled to. If this was 6, we can see this is 5. So you can see this cell is 3 or 4. But to get a count of 6... Oh, wait. Hang on, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. I didn't see something. No, because in my brain... No, because I'm going to see all of those. 6. So this would be bigger. No, this is going to work, I think. This is 6. This is 5. Yeah, the 6 would see everything in the column, wouldn't it? That's what I'd missed. For some reason I had this as blocking it in my brain. I think that's just not right. So I'd see 5, 6, so I would be on the correct count. This would be a 7, 8 or 9 blocking view. And then this would be a 5, and it would see that one and that one. And it would need to see this one. So this would be... Oh, wait a sec. Now that would be a low digit. And that's impossible. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely brutal. I'm not actually sure it was right either. It is right. I mean, okay, how do I explain this? It's not easy to do. Actually, I think I have got a way of doing it. Here's my way of doing it in an attempt. Actually, I quite like this. Now I've seen it, but I mean, it's taken me goodness knows how many minutes to see it this way. In box 4, we have got to still place the digits 7, 8 and 9. I've got one of them here. Is it possible that the other 2 are in those positions? Now the answer to that is rather bizarrely no, it's not possible. Because if these were 7, 8 and 9, this digit would have no vertical component, and we know that can't be true. Isn't that weird? So in fact, that is 7, 8 or 9. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but it felt like that feels rather marvellous. So now this one is getting a count of 1 horizontally. It's just getting this one, isn't it? Well now, okay, now this really can't be a 6, because then this would only get a count of 2 at the most, so we can definitely get rid of 6 from this, but not for any of the reasons I had originally come up with. Oh, well, no. 6. Okay. I don't know. That can't be 9 because it's in a square. And I mean, it's something to do with these two. I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with it, isn't it? If that's 4, it's core 8 then. It's got all its counts, so this just has to be bigger than 4. So this would be 5 or 7 or 8, I think. No, it can't be. 5's over here, so no, that wouldn't work. It wouldn't be. I think it can still be 4 though. I'm not sure, but I think it can still be 4. 4, 7 or 8. So let me just think that through again. If this is, if this is 4, this is 7 or 8. Is that right? Hang on. Let's just do that again. If this is 4, it's core 8. It's seen everything. This has to be higher than 4. It can't be 5 or 6. So it is 7 or 8, and that would be a 7, and that would be a 9. Now what about if that's 5 though? Then it's different, isn't it? Because then it needs to see this cell. Because it's only going to get 4 from there. So this has to be lower. So this has to be 3 or 4, I think. Which is putting an awful lot of pressure on it, actually. This is 5, this is 6, this is 3 or 4. This would have to be 3 or 4. It couldn't be 3. Look, it couldn't be 3 for a weird reason, which is that imagine that was 3. Again, it's this whole principle, it must have a vertical component. This would have to be a 1 or a 2, and it couldn't be. So in fact, this would be... So if this is 5, this is 4, this is 6, this is 3. Does that work? I can't quite work it out. I think it might do, actually. I think it might do. It's awfully complicated. 5 here. 6 here. The 6 is done. We don't have to worry about the 6. We do have to worry about the 5 and ensuring that that is possible. Now, actually, is it possible though? I'm very unsure. It's very difficult to follow this through. I will say that. It's really difficult, for little old me at least, to follow this through. 5, 6, 3, 4. I'm not sure. And the thing is, it could be breaking on any of these squares. You know, I've not really focused on this one. I'm wondering whether that one's got a problem. I don't think it does. But anyway, let's come back to it. If this is 4, how does it work? This is 5, this is 6. So the 5 is now done. 1, 2, 3, these 2. So that's a big old digit. When I say a big old digit, I mean bigger than this. So this is at least a 6. Oh, that does break then. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see, but you have to combine it in all different ways. Yeah. Okay. So this is wrong. The thing is now I can't even remember. I think... Yeah, this is generically wrong. This is very good. I think this might have to be a 4. Yeah, and let me now explain why I think there's a problem. But I'm going to do it generically. I'm going to say, can this ever be 5? If this is 5, we know this has to be a lower digit, which is 3 or 4. Now, if it's 3, this had to be lower to have a vertical component, and that doesn't exist. So that is impossible. If it's 4, the problem with that is that this cell is now an issue, because this must be greater than 5 in order to stop 5 from seeing too many more digits, and that's preventing this 4 from having any horizontal vision in this direction. So the 4 is going to see this one, and it's going to have to see all 3 of these, which requires them to be 1, 2 and 3, and they definitely can't be. So it's definitely wrong for this to be a 5. This is a 4. Didn't clear fog. That's a 3. That's a 6 now. That also doesn't seem to have cleared any fog. So this digit is now... Okay, so now we've got a 5, 6 pair. The 4 is quadrate. Ah, this is good. Yeah, the 4 is done. So this digit has to be higher than 4 and can't be 7 or 8. So it can't be 5 or 6, so it is 7 or 8. Now this digit is a 9 by Sudoku. So these digits are not 9. And that digit is a 3. Ah, I was thinking, come on, reveal your secrets. So now these are 4, 5 and 9. And presumably we can do something. So this is 5 or 6. Let's just check this out. So this one, if it's a 6, it sees 5 in the column and 1 here, so it would work. If it's a 5, It wouldn't see that. That would become a 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Bobbin's face. So whatever that is, it works. You don't know. Because it's sort of, because the 6 flips round, it does the right thing for the count. So it must be that that's just been revealed, which can't be a 1-2 pair. And we've got big digits here, which are, they're both, right, both of these, whatever they are seeing loads of digits. They're seeing all 4 of those, aren't they? They're seeing all of those, definitely. Both of them. Well, I mean, that one, for example, is seeing those 6, and that one is seeing those 6. And the only way to block vision with the black dot is going to be to use an 8 on it. Yeah, but you can't block the vision. Yeah, that's beautiful. It's a super idea. Yeah, imagine you're going to try and block the vision of one of these enormous digits by putting an enormous digit next to it. How would you do that? How would you do that? Because obviously what you can't do is put an 8 next to an 8. That's not going to work. So the 8 in these positions is definitely seeing one of these digits. That's, oh, hang on. That's it. Okay, forget what I was about to say, which I think is interesting a little bit, but there's a much easier point. Yeah, this is beautiful. The point is that the 8, it doesn't matter which of these is 8. It's going to see the other of these, the one that's the 7. So its count is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say it's this one. So it's going to see these 2 as well. That's 6. It can't be beaten by this. This can't be a 9. It's on a black dot. So it sees that one as well. And it's going to see the 7. One of these 2. So its count is completed. And the only way of stopping its seeing further is going to be to make this a 9. If this was 9, it would be seen by an 8. Whichever one of these is 8, and the count would be too big. That has to be 9. Didn't clear fog, unsurprisingly. So whichever one of these is 8, it's going to have its vision stopped after this black dot by a 9 in one of those 2 positions, which means that is not a 9. This is stunning logic. Yeah, and another thing I wanted to think about, I didn't finish thinking about this, but there was something here. If one of these is 7, how do you stop its vision? Because the 8 will stop its vision vertically, so it will be on a count of 6. No. No, of course not. We don't need that. What we do is what we've always done, what we've learned to do in this puzzle, which is not put yourself between Scylla and Charybdis. If this is 8 now, this 7 has no vertical component and couldn't be completed. So that when you get the 9, you can just fill this in. This is unbelievable. It's got to be like this. And then for that's got to be 9. Look, this working is clearing fog. But now how does this work? No, now we're seeing 6 here, so we do have to see this digit. So that's definitely seen by the 7 in order to get to a correct count, but then that one must block its vision, so that has to be 8 to start. Oh, there we go, we've got another reveal. That is not an 8 now. I've got an 8-9 pair in box 2. This black dot is not 1, 2 and it's not 4, 8. So it's either 2, 4 or 3, 6. And that one can't be 4, so this one can't be 2. I mean, I know I've got to look at this. I'm just trying to delay it. Okay, what have we got to put in these cells now? 2, 4, 5, 7. 2, 4, 5, 7. That's not 4 or 7. Can that really be 2? I very much doubt it. No, it wouldn't have a horizontal component. These would both be bigger, and we know that's not possible. So it's 4, 5, or 7. And whatever it is, its vision's getting blocked to the south. Even if it was 7, it's bumping into an 8 and a 9 fairly soon. Okay. If it's 7, it would be defined, wouldn't it? It would be wrong. It would just be wrong. How could that be 7? Unless my brain is playing tricks on me. Let me just get rid of the yellow here. And let's play the same game. Imagining this is 7, what's it seeing? It's seeing those in its row. That's 5, because it's bigger than everything except 8, 9. And those in its column. That's 8 it's seeing, so it can't be 7. It's 4 or 5. Okay, if it's 5, this would be a 2. And that would be a 3. So it would see these two. I don't know whether it would see this. One of those would be a 7 and block its view. So if this is 2, 5, these are 4, 7. So in one direction it's getting more. It's getting a bit more Harry Styles, isn't it? Because it's getting more digits. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know. If it's 4, it's got to get. If it's 4, it's got to have a horizontal component. But I think it could have. And it's got to have a vertical component. I don't know. I mean, is there something there? It doesn't look like it to me. I don't know where else to look. I don't know. Oh dear, dear, dear. Is it? I haven't got a clue. 9? Is it Sudoku on 9s or something? Or 8s? Oh, 8 is in one of those two cells. 7? 9? Oh, no, 9 is in one of just two positions. There's a little bit of Sudoku. Oh, 6 is nearly on this black dot. No, that's not even true. It could go there. Oh, no. I don't know. Well, okay, which ones of these thingies haven't I used? The 8 is done, isn't it? I thought that's what we worked out. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's done. The 7 should be done. The 7's done. So it's not these two. The 4. That's done. That one's ambiguous. It must be this one somehow. Maybe if this is 5, it goes wrong. 5, 2. 4, 7 here. Is that... I just don't see why that's a problem. I really don't. What am I missing? I don't know. I don't know. There must be something obvious. Okay, if this is 4, do I have to sort of iterate it? Do I have to say, if this is 4, what's this digit? Can that be a 1 or a 2? I think it can. I might be wrong, but I think it can. So I think the 4 could be 1, 2, 3 vertically. Oh, no, it couldn't. No, because then I wouldn't be able to have a lower digit than 4 in one of those. Oh, that's really hard to see. Goodness me. Right, there is a problem here. Okay, if this is 4, what I've just noticed is I need one of these digits to be lower than 4 in order to not get Scylla and Charybdis. So one of these digits is a 2. Now that means this is definitely a 5. Now that means that this 4 it must have a vertical component, so this is lower. But now I've got to make 3 from these cells. I've got to have 3 digits lower than 4, but one of these is a 7. That's not going to work. It's impossible. You just run out of digits. That's really, actually it's very clever, isn't it? I just didn't see it. That's 5. Oh, it didn't clear fog. That's 2 though. Okay. So now we've got a 4, 7 pair. Now we know these two squares are 1 and 2, I think. Let's double check that. That looks right. These digits are 3, 6 and 5. Now the 5 has got 2 verticals. Now what's this digit though? It's actually quite tricky, this. The 5, it's got a 7 on one side of it, and it's got a 4 on the other, which will count. If the 4 was here, you can't get to 5. Because you're only going to have this cell, 1, 2, 3, 4 as a maximum. That can't be right. So this is 7, this is 4. Oh, a new one. And we're still, still don't think we're at the right number. 1, 2, 3, 4. This has to be lower than 5. And it can't be 2 or 3, so that's 1 or 4. And we've got a new one to think about. A new terrifying deduction to consider. Now 6 is in one of those cells. So 6 is in one of, 6 is in one of 2 places. So it's probably this one that we have to think through. Let's work it out. What have we got left to place in the column? 1, 4, 6, 7. Into these cells. 1, 4, 6, 7. That's not 6. That one isn't 1 because it's in a square. It's in a lighthouse. I mean, really? I mean, how on earth is that restricted at all? If that's 7, then this is going to be an 8, isn't it? So which will mean that the 7 will see all 5 of those. It will see those. That's perfect. It would just be automatically correct. I wouldn't have to think about it. And I imagine, actually I'm not going to say anything, but if that's a 6, then what happens? Well, then if that's a 6, the 7 in the column would have to go to the bottom, otherwise we wouldn't have a vertical component. So if that's a 6, we'd have 1 vertically, so we'd have to have 5 horizontally. And that doesn't work. This is not a 6. It's the same logic we've had to sort of do throughout. But if this is 6, I have to have a vertical, so this will be 1 or 4. Which means all 5 of those have to count, but one of them is a 7 or an 8 in the row. And that will be higher than the 6, so that doesn't work. So the 6 is now placed. Hopefully this will... No, of course it doesn't. I thought it would clear fog, but no. Okay, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay. Really? So we worked out if this was 7 it worked. Is there a reason it doesn't work with 4? If it's 4, this would have to... Oh no, it doesn't work. It's very simple. Yeah, if this is 4, this is 7 in the column, because if we make this 4, that becomes a 1, and this is going to be 7, and we get Scylla and Charybdis. It would have no vertical component. Can't be right. It's 7. Oh no, it's good. It's good. We're still alive. We've got a new thingy we've just discovered. 7 is... Oh gosh, that's... Well, that's not an earned 7. I was trying to put in that pencil mark. So we're gonna forget that we earned that. We didn't. We're gonna forget that ever happened. We got that though. That's probably where we have to look next. And you just think about Sudoku for a moment. Okay, let's pencil mark this. It can't be 1, it can't be 2, can it? Because it can't see 2 1s. So it's not 2, it's not 3. So it's at least 4 straight away. Might be able to be 4. Can it be 5? Not sure. Can it be 6? It can be 6 according to my pencil mark. It can't be 7, 8 or 9. 4, 5 or 6 are the options here. And remember, it's got to have components in both directions. So this is definitely higher than this. Otherwise it wouldn't have a vertical component. So how could this be 6? It can't be. This is 3 or 4. So this is now no longer 3. This is 2 or 6. Now, what does that do? Golly gosh, I don't know. So if that's 6, this becomes a 2-4 pair. That would be a 5. I mean, this is crazy, isn't it? How do we... Is this in any way... Is this in any way doable? 5, 6... 6, 3... 1, 2... I'm not sure whether that works or not. Golly, I don't know. 7 in box 5 is slightly restricted. One of 2 places. It could be Sudoku at this point. It's not impossible. I've really not thought about Sudoku very much. But I'm not seeing where that digit is 1, 2, 3 or 5. Just because of what it sees in its variety of cells. I'm not seeing much that's better than that, to be honest. What about that digit? What is that? Oh no, I don't like that. It's 1, 2. Can't be 3, 4, 5. 7. Can't be 6, 8 or 9. 1, 2, 5 or 7. We've still got to put... It's going to be, there's something about this, isn't there? I just don't know what it is. If that's 6, that's 5. That's going to reduce this one. Well, no, unless it's 7. 6, 5. If that's 6, it makes this 2, 4. So if that's 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Depends what these two are. Ah, that would be lower. That, yeah, hang on, this digit is, that digit sees, I didn't see this, that digit sees all the high digits and 1. That's 2, 3, 4, or 5. Hang on, there's something there, isn't there? So if that's 6, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It still needs 2 more. I don't know. Oh, if that, hang on, if that's 6, that's 2, 4, that's 1, that's 4. That's 5. 4. Oh, that would be 4, 4. One of those would be 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Yeah, that's interesting. If that's 6, that is high and is blocking it. So we get, if that's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, that would have to not be 7, 5, 6, and then this would have to block it, and that would have to be a 7 or an 8, which looks totally fine. If that's 4, on the other hand, that's 4. Oh, that was the same. Hang on. When I made that 6, that was 2, 4, and that became a 1, and that became a 4. And when I made that 4, that's just a 4. Right, what happens if this is 5? That's a 6. Ah. Hang on. So this, okay, if this is 5, this is a 6, 3 pair then. And we would know the order, wouldn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this digit would have to be lower. I don't know if I've still got any low digits to come in the row though. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to see how to do this actually for me. 2, 3. So I'm looking for digits 1, 2, and 4 in the row. So that could be 1 or 2. That could be, so that would have to be a 1 or a 2. Yeah, this would be a 1, 2 pair. And then, oh, that doesn't, hang on, that digit's a problem. I mean, that's monstrously hard. Wow. Yeah, well, ish. Wow. Okay, I can't do better than rule out 5 from this, but I'm going to do it. And that's to do with where 7 and 8 are in this row. Because they can't go there. So if I decide for some reason that this is not a 7, this is a 7, 8 pair, and this is a high digit blocking vision. So the latest, if this is a 5, the latest that the vision gets blocked is this cell. And can we get to a count of 5? No. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the most you can get to. Because if this is 5, this is 6, and that's a 6 in the box. I mean, it's super complicated. But that's going to allow me to do something. Because what I spotted before is with this being 4 or 6, this always making this a 4, because when this is 6, this becomes a 2, 4 pair, and the 4 in the column has to move down, and when this is a 4, obviously the 4 is here anyway, so that's always 4, that's 5. So this is a 1. Aha. It's not clearing any fog dramatically, but it feels like a win for the goodies, frankly. So now, now what do we do? If, I don't know, I don't know. Can I do the same logic with vision blockage here if this is a 6? Oh no, I can't, because it goes off a wandering, doesn't it? Because if that's a 6, this becomes 2, 4. That becomes 5. So I see those 3. I think this would be 8 or 9, I want to say. So if that's a 6, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to see this cell. 6. Although that would... Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, that's vicious. That's absolutely vicious. Wow. Okay. This is even harder to see. If this is a 6, this is a 2, 4 pair. So this is a 2, remember that. If this is a 6, this is a 5. So 2 and 5 are looking at this cell, forcing it to be a 7. And then the 6 is impossible. It can see this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And the question is, can it see this one? Well, let's think about that. I don't think it can. I mean, from a Sudoku perspective at the moment, it is 2, 8 or 9, isn't it? Just in terms of what it sees already. So if this is 6 and this is 2, 4, this is a blockage. It's an 8 or a 9. I mean, it's always a blockage. Well, it's not always a blockage, but it's certainly a blockage if this is 6. This can't be 6, this has to be 4. I don't know what that's going to mean. It means that's 3 and that's 6, though. Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding. Yeah, this is good. So the 4 is seeing that one, and that one. So it needs to see something else, and that's going to make this into a 2. So this is no longer a 2. 7 is here by Sudoku. This is 5 by Sudoku. Therefore, this is 5. This is 6. Come on. Come on now. Right, so this is a 7, 8 pair. I wonder if there was another way of me knowing that somehow. That's a 6. Oh, no. It's another one. This is not 6. Now, come on. That's not 5 anymore. So this column needs 1s, 3s, 8s and 9s. I'm fully pencil marking it. This column has got a 3 in it already. So we're on 2, 5, 8 and 9 in this column. 2, 5, 8, 9. Bobbins. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Do I really? Maybe there's Sudoku. Let's hope Sudoku comes to our rescue. 1, 2, 4, 9. Ugh, no. 1, 2, 4, 9. That can't be 9. That can't be 4. That one seems to be able to be almost anything. What about this? 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh no, that's even worse. That's even worse. This is why you should never pencil mark. It's just awful. Okay, it's going to be that, obviously, but I don't know why. It can't be a big digit. So it's got to be 2, 3, 4, or 5. We've established these can't ever be 1s. Now, can it really be 2? Surely not. Actually, it can't be, but the reason is quite complicated there. If that was a 2, it would need to see 2 1s. It would need to be orthogonally adjacent to 2 1s. Now, that's going to mean one of these is a 1. So this would be a 2, one of these is a 1, and that cell breaks. So that's impossible. Yeah, that's lovely. Let's do the same. Ew, that might be wrong, though. No, it is right. If this is 3, it's got the same. We've got the same agony. Because if this is 3, it must have a horizontal component, remember. So one of these needs to be a 1 or a 2. But if this is a 3, that's a 1 and that's a 2. And you can't put 1 or 2 in either of these cells. That's beautiful. So this is 4 or 5. Now, if it's 4, do we get into this? It looks more constrained if it's 5, because that would affect that one. Actually, that might be worth doing. Let's just think that through. If this is 5, 2, 1, 3 appear in the row, so we'd have to put 4 here. It's the only way it could work, because we'd need a lower digit in a horizontal plane. So it would be 5 here, 4 here, 4 here by Sudoku. Oh no, that's simple. That doesn't work. Right. This can't be 5, because it can only have a horizontal component of 1 digit if we put 5 there. It can only get the 4. The 6 is on one side of it, and that's bigger than it. And therefore, if this is 5, all 4 of these need to be lower than 5. Where am I putting 9 in the column then? It can't go in at all. So this is 4. Which means, yeah, it does mean that's a 4. I was just double checking that I wasn't talking nonsense. Okay, I mean, the amazing thing about this puzzle is even when you get something like that, which was, you know, it took me a few seconds, no, more than a few seconds to work it out, you're then left with another conundrum, which is like, how do you make it work? Oh, this is beautiful. I've got it. It's got to have, remember, it's got to see a lower digit on one side or both. Well, it can't on both because it's got a 6 in one of these. Now, what's the lower digit in one of those two cells then? The answer is, I don't know at all, but it's a 1, 2 or a 3. So look at row 7. I know one of these cells is a 1, 2 or 3. There's a 1 or a 3. There's a 1 or a 2. That's a 1, 2, 3 virtual triple in those cells, which means that cell can't be a 2. That's got to be a 5. Oh, that's good. That's actually cleared something up there. That's on a black dot. Right, that black dot's got to be 3. Oh, it's got to be 3, 6. Can't have a 5 on it at all. 5 is impossible. So that's 3. That's 6. That's 5. Okay, this is really exciting now. So that's not 3. Hang on. 1, 2. 1, 2, 5, 9 in this column. That's not 5. These cells are from 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now, can we do that one? That's it. We can't put 6 here anymore, so we get the 6. So this is 1, 2, or 3. This 4 is going to see those two cells, isn't it? Definitely. So it's got a vertical component of 2, which is probably fine. No, what I was about to say is not true, so I'm not going to say it. I don't think that can be 9. That might not be right, but if this is 9, where do I put 5 in the column? If that's 9, I think that has to be 5. And then this 4 can't have 2 vertical components, so that's not 9. But if this is 5, then I think it can work in lots of ways. Either this is a 9 and that's a 1, 2 pair, or this is a 9 and that's a 1, 2 pair. Okay, if that's a 9, then that can't be 5. So if that's a 9, that has to be 5, and this has to be a 1, 2 pair. That would give me a 1, 2, 3 triple in this box, so this would be 5 and 9. Which actually, so that just makes 5, 9 pairs all over the place, which is probably okay. What on earth? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. Good grief. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3. It's Sudoku. That's extraordinary. Right. Look at this combination of digits. Now the question I want to ask is, can that be a 5? And you may say, yes. Well, and it can in theory. But remember, this 4 has to see 2 vertical digits. So if we do make this 5, this has to be a 1-2 pair. And I don't think you can fill these 2 digits in then. Because if these are a 1-2 pair, that's a 1, 2, 3 triple in box 9. What digits are available for these cells? I think they have to be set. They both have to be 7 and 8, and that's going to kill this cell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they both have to be 7 and 8. So this can't be a 1-2 pair, so that can't be a 5. Okay, and that does do 5 in the column. Good grief. I mean, it's so complicated. It's done nothing. Really? No. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. Okay. Oh, I see. It gets me a 5 here. See, that's not done anything either. I've got a 1, 2, 9 triple. I mean, I've got a 1, 2, 9 triple in box 6, so that's a 3. Oh my goodness. Hang on, what on earth? 3. Revealing a given 1 and 8. That's really weird. Oh, well, that's good though. That's a 2 now. That's a 9. So this is a 1. Okay, 1 and 2 go into the grid. 8, 7. 1, 2. Now I should be able to. I thought I was going to get a 3 in the corner. No, I'm not. I'm going to get 6 in the corner. Oh no. Have I done that? No. Let's scan a bit better than that, Simon. It's a 2 in the corner. That's good. So 2 and 1 can go into those squares. That becomes a 3. So that's a 1. Okay, let's do this nice and... Oh, 8, this is weird. I've got this... Oh, that's good though. 9, 8, 3 here. So these, yeah, 8, 8, 2. It's like we've just been given the finish. 9, 7. That was so peculiar. So this... It was something here, and I got that digit... It revealed this, and it was almost like IcyFruit was saying, I'm going to reward you for having got to this point by allowing you to just fill in the rest of it really fast. I wonder, it'd be very interesting to know whether that's... You see, there's many possibilities. Possibility 1 is that 18 means something. I don't know whether it's IcyFruit's age or whether it's a birthday or something like that, or Lighthouses 18. I don't know. Or possibility 2 is that at this point in the puzzle it was impossible to make another good lighthouse clue, and therefore if IcyFruit was very happy, and IcyFruit should have been incredibly happy with the logic to that point and didn't want to disturb the puzzle, then including that at the end allows the puzzle to complete and the puzzle to exist. I wonder if it's that. I wonder if it's that. I mean, we'd have to really examine the finish there to work it out, but that is a sensationally good puzzle. I'm so... Oh, is it right? It must be right, yeah. I mean, the fact that we'd sort of worked at the end makes you think it must be right. Oh, I enjoyed that. That was hard, though. It's another hard one. Try and find something easier for tomorrow. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.